our team, our community. This is Condors Town, and this is another Energy Condors connection. Now, here's Erik Fox and Ryan Holt.
Good Wednesday morning. My name is Erik Fox from Energy 95.3. About to get that caffeine kick finally from this cup of coffee next to me. And the man who I think needs some caffeine as well is my friend Ryan Holt on the other side of the screen, live from Stockton. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm good. How are you, man?
Doing all right. Middle of the week, over the hump of it all. That's what we're doing here. And, of course, we're talking hockey, round 2 of the playoffs. Let's go and talk about, first of all, the parent organization. We talked about yesterday just how weird of a series the Kings and Oilers have been. We had like 3 dominating games. And then the first game was like a close one. And then last night to overtime. What'd you see last night?
Yeah, I caught the third period. Our game wrapped up probably about midway through the third. So saw the 2-goal comeback from the Oilers, and then the quick overtime that LA was able to grab a win last night. And it's a big win. LA gets to go back home and try and close out the series tomorrow night. And like we kind of talked about yesterday, momentum not carrying over between games, and that's kind of what Jay Woodcroft has always preached. And gonna have to hope that's the case. LA played pretty well last night, but I think the Oilers getting off to some tough starts. And one thing about playoff series, and we talk about momentum not carrying over and things like that, but one thing about playoff series, when the Oilers had a 2-1 series lead, you go into game 4, you got a chance to really put the hammer down. And it's not over the course of a game, it's early on in that hockey game. Can you come out and establish yourself in game 4, and then the previous 3 games kind of kick into your head, I think, and you kind of break a team's will. And once you do that, and you see it in the playoffs all the time. I think we saw it with Nashville the other night with Colorado, and them just breaking. Once Colorado tied that game up, that game was over. You could kind of see it. So they weren't able to do that. They weren't able to deliver that knockout punch. Now they're the underdogs going into the final 2 games. They don't have home ice. They got to go on the road and win a game in LA just to force it back for a game 7. You have to win 2, but you can't win 2 without winning 1. So they'll be focused tomorrow night. They still have plenty of talent in that dressing room. There's plenty going on for that team to force a game 7 and get it back to Rogers on Thursday, or Friday. But we'll see what happens.
And, of course, it's going to be an interesting series to wrap up. What do they need to do? What do you see that needs to be just pinned up a little bit to get those 2 games in the W column?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think McDavid said it best last night was, they scored 4 goals. That should be enough. You score 4 goals, you should win a hockey game, especially the way the Oilers have played and the way, their structure and their goals against here and their 5-on-5 play over the last, second half of the season. LA is overachieving. We've said it all year. They've been kind of an underdog all season long, so they're kind of used to it. And credit to them too, because it would have been easy for them to, kind of say, "Oh, we lost 6-1, we lost, 8-2. Like, all right, this is not going our way, and we'll just, pack our bags and leave." But these are prideful guys, and for the Oilers, it's got check time. It's a long off season. You lose tomorrow night, so they'll be ready to go, and they'll probably bring it back to Edmonton for a game 7.
Let's do a flip over to the AHL, and of course, the reason why I'm going to put it on the full screen for a second here. Ryan still hasn't made his bed. Your mom now knows. You're still in Stockton, still in that lovely weird colored wall room behind you. Of course, game number 2 tonight. Last night's game did not go as we would hope. Did drop to Stockton. There was a lot of unanswered questions because Stockton hasn't played yet in the playoffs. Yeah. What are you seeing last night, and what do the Condors need to do to change that momentum?
Yeah, I think if we were sitting here this morning saying that Stockton outplayed us and really dominated the game, and we'd be looking at it going, well, maybe we're in for a tougher series than we could even have imagined. But we're sitting here going, the Condors made 3 mistakes and they all fall in the back of the net, and that's the reason why Bakersfield didn't win the hockey game last night. I thought the Condors played very well in the opening 10 minutes, got a power play, and then gave up a shorthanded goal, and it was a minute later on the next shift gave up another goal off a turnover, and all of a sudden it's 2-0, fought their way back mid-third or mid-second, made it 2-1, and it's a 2-1 game with 5 minutes left in the second period, and you have opportunities. And Stockton took advantage of another turnover, found the back of the net, and Dustin Wolf took over from there. Their goaltender, he was very good last night. Did he win them the game? I don't think he won them the game, but he certainly didn't lose them the game.
Right.
And stopped 27, made a couple of big saves in the third period. But I think, the Condors are sitting around the hotel here saying, hey, let's go out and get a win tonight. Let's get a split. Let's get back home because, did the team play well enough to win last night? Yeah, but they played just bad enough to lose last night too. So credit to Stockton. They don't make mistakes. They force you to, beat them, which is fine. But the Condors, kind of gift wrapped a couple last night. And, that usually doesn't happen for this Bakersfield team, but happened last night.
One thing we did see with a lot of the series, because you guys played Stockton a lot this year, there are some weaknesses that the Condors can take advantage of. What kind of weaknesses are we looking at maybe that can be taken advantage of?
Yeah, I mean, the Condors had their chances, and if you look at, and shots are one thing, but, what the coaching staff and what the players look at is the quality of chances. I mean, you can have 40 shots, but you can only have 10 chances, or you can have 15 shots and have 10 chances. Which one would you prefer? You want the high danger ones, the ones, that are 50-50 saves. Those are, the ones you want. And the Condors, for, my, just eyeball test, had 5, scoring chances where you'd say, okay, if this one goes in, it's not on the goaltender. That's a high danger scoring chance. And they went 0-5. And usually you go at worst 2-5, and you go 2 for 5. It's a 3-3 hockey game. But the goaltender on the other side was good. Made a couple nice stops, and I think there's room for Bakersfield to break out. But first goal against Stockton is always a key. They're very good when they have a lead. I think they won 90% of their games when they have a lead this season. So for Bakersfield, it's I think have another start like you did last night. I mean, they were out shooting them 6-2 to start. They had a power play. I mean, this is looking like, the Condors from the last month over the Stockton team. And then, just a bad giveaway and found the back of the net, completely changed the tenor of the hockey game.
Game number 2 tonight is in Stockton. Ryan's going to be on the call, of course, if you're watching on AHL TV. And, of course, we do have the local watch party, right? Yeah,
McGarry's Irish Pub. And looking forward to hopefully getting a split tonight. Still in home ice. If a win tonight, we'll have game 3 for sure on Friday at 7, and then a win tonight forces at least a game 4 on Sunday at 5. So, a big one tonight because you win this one, and again, it changes the tenor of the series. You lose, and Stockton held serve at home, and now the Condors got to go home and hold serve. But you win tonight, and the Condors are coming home after a day off and ready to roll on Friday night.
Ticket information for everyone to root on the Condors on Friday?
BakersfieldCondors.com. They start at just $12 and $5 margaritas all weekend long. So going to be some big crowds this weekend. Looking forward to it and helping be the sixth man out there to will this team on, because it's going to be a tight series, and it's been a tight series all season long, and big one tonight to hopefully come home 1-1.
Hopefully this is the last time we talk with that yellowish wall behind you as we wrap up the series.
I would love that. I would love that.
And Ryan, make your bed. Just go ahead, make your bed. Ryan Holt from the Bakersfield Condors. My name is Erik Fox from Energy 95.3. We'll be checking in once again on Friday, right before game number 3 right here with another Energy Condors Connection. See you then.